Good evening, everyone. Let me start with a truth we all know, but often forget when things get tough. Success doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come with luck, talent, or some big secret. It comes from one thing: consistency. We live in a world that celebrates fast results. One viral video, one sudden investor, one winning moment. But what no one shows you is the thousands of hours behind the scenes, the silent work, the rejection, the doubts, and most of all, the choice to show up again. When you don't feel like it, motivation feels good, it's exciting, it's emotional, it makes you believe you can conquer the world. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you wake up feeling like a champion. Other days you don't even want to get out of bed. If your success depends on motivation, you're already on shaky ground. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the habit of showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's doing what needs to be done, not what you feel like doing. It doesn't ask how you feel. It asks, did you do it? Discipline is quiet. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't get attention, but it gets results. Real, lasting results. Think of the people you admire, the ones who've built something great, the ones who've achieved something meaningful. You think they were motivated every day? No. Most days they were tired, they were discouraged, they had doubts, but they kept going. They didn't wait to feel like it. They made it a habit. That's discipline. And here's something strange. Discipline eventually creates its own motivation. When you do the hard thing over and over again, it starts to get easier. You build momentum. You start to feel proud of yourself. That's when motivation returns. Not as a feeling that comes out of nowhere, but as a reward for consistency. Anyone can be motivated once. Anyone can work hard when everything's going right. But the people who win in the end, they're the ones who keep going when nothing is going right, when it's hard, when it's lonely, when there's no praise. That's discipline. And it's far more powerful than motivation ever will be. We often believe that success requires a grand moment, a breakthrough, a bold move, something dramatic that changes everything. But real success doesn't look like that. It's not built in a single day of extreme effort. It's built through small, steady actions repeated over time. It's not about how hard you work one day. It's about how consistently you work every day. Think about it this way. Someone who goes to the gym for 8 hours once a month won't get stronger than someone who goes for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Why? Because our growth, physical, mental, financial, responds better to rhythm than to intensity. Repetition builds mastery. Routine builds strength. The problem is small efforts don't feel impressive. They don't feel exciting. When you do something small, like reading a few pages of a book, writing for 15 minutes, making one sales call, it feels like it didn't make a difference. But do that for 100 days, 300 days, that's where the difference is made. Those small actions compound, they stack up quietly, and before you know it, they've built something powerful. Success is less about the size of your effort and more about your ability to keep going. Big efforts can be draining, they can burn you out, but small, repeatable actions, they are sustainable. They are how habits are formed, how routines are built, how skills are sharpened. Many people fail not because they're not capable, but because they only act when they feel ready to give everything. But waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect energy is a trap. If you just commit to showing up and doing something, anything, each day, you will be shocked by how far you go. In the end, greatness is not found in a single giant step. It's in the quiet discipline of thousands of tiny steps taken when no one is watching. So forget the pressure to do something massive. Instead, ask yourself, what small thing can I do today that moves me forward? Then do that every single day. That's how success is built. Failure is part of the process. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's something to expect. If you're trying to do anything meaningful, anything ambitious, you will fail, not once, but many times. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But failure by itself is not the end. Quitting is. When you fail, it hurts. There's disappointment, frustration, embarrassment. It makes you question yourself. You start wondering, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this just isn't for me. That's natural. Everyone goes through that. But the difference between people who eventually succeed and those who don't isn't that one group never failed. It's that one group never quit. Every failure is feedback. It's data. It's life showing you what doesn't work so you can get closer to what does. The problem is we're taught to fear failure. We treat it like a verdict. But it's not a verdict. It's a lesson. Failing doesn't mean you're incapable. It just means you're learning in real time. And real learning is messy. When you keep going after failure, you build something more important than success. You build resilience. That's the muscle that carries you through storms. That's the trait that turns average people into leaders, into founders, into visionaries. Resilience isn't about strength. It's about endurance. It's about standing up one more time than you fall. You will meet people who are smarter than you, more talented, more connected. But talent fades when it's not backed by persistence. Intelligence stalls if it folds at the first rejection. Your power is in your ability to keep moving forward, even when nothing is working, even when no one believes in you, even when you don't fully believe in yourself. So fail, fall down, mess up, get it wrong. That's fine, that's human. But don't stop. Don't give up. You never know which attempt will be the one that works. Often, success shows up after you've almost given up, just one more try away. In the end, it's not about how many times you fail, it's about how many times you get back up. Success doesn't require perfection, it only requires that you don't quit. Reputation isn't built when the spotlight is on, it's built long before anyone is watching. It's built in the quiet moments when you choose to do the right thing even though no one will ever know. When you deliver your best work even though no one is clapping. When you keep your word even though breaking it would be easier. That's where character is formed and reputation follows character. Many people chase visibility. They want recognition, applause, attention. But recognition means nothing if it's not backed by substance. Reputation is not what people see. It's what they say about you when you're not in the room. And that kind of trust takes time. It comes from consistency, from showing up again and again, doing what you said you'd do, proving, not by your words, but by your actions, that you can be relied on. In business, in relationships, in any kind of leadership, trust is currency. And trust doesn't come from big promises or flashy performances. It comes from small acts of reliability. Responding to that email when you said you would. Finishing the job without needing to be reminded. Owning your mistakes instead of blaming someone else. Those little decisions made in the background shape how people see you in the long run. It's easy to perform well once. It's easy to impress people once. But people are not impressed by one great moment. They are impressed by your ability to be steady, to be honest, to be disciplined when no one's supervising. That's what builds a solid reputation, one that opens doors you never even knocked on. And here's the truth. People talk quietly, behind the scenes. Opportunities often come from conversations you're not a part of. Can we trust this person? Do they show up? Do they follow through? You can't fake that. You can't build that reputation in a day. It's the result of hundreds of decisions made in the dark, far from the stage. So don't waste your energy trying to appear impressive. Instead, focus on being dependable, quietly, consistently, relentlessly. Do the work when it's hard. Stay honest when it's inconvenient. Keep your standards high even when no one's checking. Over time, those shadows will speak louder than any spotlight ever could. We live in a world that praises speed, fast money, instant results, overnight success. People want to plant a seed today and eat the fruit tomorrow, but that's not how real success works. Anything meaningful, whether it's a career, a business, a skill, or a reputation, takes time. It grows slowly, quietly, sometimes painfully. And that's why long-term thinking wins. Short-term thinking is all about quick rewards. It makes you chase what's easy instead of what's right. It makes you jump from one idea to the next, always looking for the fastest path. But the truth is, easy come, easy go. What comes fast usually fades even faster. What stays is what's built brick by brick with patience, effort, and consistency. Long-term thinkers play a different game. They don't need everything to happen today. They're not driven by trends or temporary applause. They're driven by vision. They plant seeds knowing they won't see results immediately, but they keep watering day after day because they believe in the outcome. They understand that success is not about how fast you go, but about how long you can keep going in the right direction. Think of a bamboo tree. When you plant the seed, nothing happens for months, sometimes for years. But during that time, it's growing roots underground, deep, strong roots that will support it when it finally breaks through the surface. And when it does, it shoots up rapidly. That's what long-term thinking looks like. You may not see results at first, but you're building a foundation that can't be shaken. When you think long-term, you make better decisions. You invest in relationships, not transactions. You build trust, not hype. You choose growth over comfort. And because of that, you become someone others want to work with, support, and follow. You stop wasting energy on shortcuts and start focusing on strategies that last. Most people quit because they don't see results fast enough. But results aren't supposed to come fast. They're supposed to come from commitment, from endurance, from staying the course even when the path feels slow and uncertain. That's what separates those who truly succeed from those who almost did. So whatever you're building, be patient. Zoom out. Think in years, not days. Focus on direction, not speed. Don't just ask, what will this bring me now? Ask, what will this build for me 5 years from now? Because in the end, success doesn't belong to those who start fast. It belongs to those who keep going long after others stop. So my friends, if you want success, forget the shortcuts. Forget the hype. Don't worry about being the smartest, the fastest, or the richest. Be the one who doesn't stop. Be the one who shows up again and again. Because success doesn't come to those who try once. It comes to those who try every day. Thank you.